Hey, I'm Finland, and I decided I would make a video for the AWA panel. I really want to join the other nations in this panel because I thought it would be fun. So I guess I'll start with the questions now. What is the most important thing about being a nation? Well, I think the most important thing about being a nation is watching your people grow and change, and I mean, a lot changes within the centuries and stuff, and sometimes it's not always for the better, but you hope that your people will continue to make your country the best it can be. Name some cultural things that go on in your nation, favorite sports or the arts in your nation. Eurovision just happened, and I don't know if anyone knows, but my country chose the song Marry Me. It was supposed to be a little bit of a hint to Sweden, but he was kind of a little bit oblivious about that. We'll probably not be doing that again. What war has left its deepest mark? The war with Russia during World War II, the Winter War. 892 civilians died just through various bombings, and as a nation, if anyone dies, especially in unnatural means, it's kind of painful, but I mean, that's a lot of people, and yeah. Despite that, still have pretty good trading relationship with Russia. Which brings me to the next question: who do you consider your best allies? Obviously, the other Scandinavian countries, Russia, and then the Baltic states. But I pretty much get along pretty well with everyone. I like to be friendly and make friends, and it just generally keeps everything really nice, and so there's always good trading and things. What is the most urgent current event in the news today? Well, I suppose probably the economy. Everyone's trying to do their part and help out Greece, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about Europe's economy. Okay, the out-of-character part now. So I looked it up, and hello in Finnish is actually hey, and I think it's kind of cool. It's H-E-I. So, and I looked up how to pronounce it, so I didn't mispronounce it. I mean, not to my ears anyway, but so that's cool. It's hard to mess that one up. What got you into Italia? A few friends of mine suggested it to me, but I was kind of like, okay, whatever. Didn't really pay much attention to it, and then I was surfing an anime site, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, this is cute, and I started watching it, and I've been watching it since the anime's been online almost. I mean, almost the entire thing. I think it was like 20-something episodes in, and I caught up really fast. Didn't start really getting into it until maybe 2 years, maybe a year and a half after that. I got reintroduced to fan fiction, and it exploded from there. And then I got a Tumblr after July last year. So then I was really into the Hetalia fandom, and then last November was the first time I started cosplaying Hetalia. And that also kind of marks almost the entire time I've been cosplaying, but not quite. Anyway, why did you choose to cosplay your chosen nation? Well, it's a funny story. I hate to say it because I started to really like Finland, but he and Sweden and a lot of the Nordics were characters that I was just kind of like, I couldn't care less about, because I was just like, they're there for 2 seconds, you don't really know much about them, and it was hard for me to get into the characters with only seeing them very briefly, and then not reading any fan fiction about them or anything. I don't know why, because it worked out with other minor characters that I really liked them right off the bat, but anyway, so my girlfriend Catherine wanted to cosplay Sufin, and that's her OTP, and since she cosplays Fumano with me, which is my OTP, all the time, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. So the cosplay is hers, but she made it. It's really comfortable. It's like almost like pajamas. Anyway, so yeah, we've been doing Sufin for a little while now, and it's kind of interesting because her and our friend Bailey, they're like, just be yourself. So basically, Finland is just me in cosplay, pretending to be Finland. But yeah, anyway. What do you see as his strengths and weaknesses? Well, first of all, I think Finland's weakness is probably how he's portrayed in the fandom, and I mean, I know he calls himself a delicate flower, but Finland, you are not a delicate flower. I don't know if anyone has ever read the comic Scandinavian the World, and it's kind of funny. If you haven't, it's slightly more offensive than Italia, but Finland is terrifying in that, and so it's really funny to kind of compare the two of them. But in Italia's fandom, Finland is portrayed as like the UK to Sweden, and can't really, he's just kind of always there, and well, he's a lot tougher than he seems. Like, I'm pretty sure he kicked the crap out of Russia a couple times. He can hold his own. He's a tough country. As for his strengths, I would say that probably how much he cares about people. Stupid family, for one thing. The two of them, Sweden and Finland, make really great adoptive parents for Sealand, if you ask me. And Finland's just really nice to everyone. Okay, let's see. What is one thing you learned about history through Italia you didn't know before? I'll be honest, I did not know about Prussia. It was never really brought up in history class or anything. I don't know why, but no one seemed to think it was important. But as soon as I was watching Italia, I kept hearing it brought up, and when I was watching Italia, I kept thinking they were mispronouncing Russia wrong, and so, yeah, I know, that's awful, but I corrected my mistake sooner or later. But let's see, what has your character taught you? I guess that it doesn't matter what you appear to be, because you can't judge a book by its cover. Finland isn't afraid of what people think of him, at least what it seems like to me, and that's pretty refreshing. And he's just a really friendly character, and he's fun to cosplay as, and I hope I can continue to cosplay as him for a while. So, yeah. I hope you liked my audition video.